Welcome to the webinar. Our panelists on the line. When you are ready.
Hi, now that you've taken the classes, I have a lot of people that are sending in the 10 case studies for the IIPA to get ready for the test. So I want to go over a little bit because there's been a little bit of confusion over what should and shouldn't be done. You need to submit 10 case studies. It can be whoever. And they have to be put on this specific form. You have to put what date that you have submitted it, the instructor name. If you took a class off me, it'd be my name. Then your name, your address. When you put your name, please put it exactly the way you would like it on your certificate, and the date, and the phone, and your email address. Now this is the form that you will make 10 copies of. You will put your name on every copy. Put the name of the person that you are working with, the picture's eyes that you're working with. You'll put their age and the date you took the pictures, and you have to have them sign it so they have your permission to share that information. Let them know that you're doing for a case study. Only you and I will see these, but you need to get the information to share the pictures. Have them check that you got permission and why you're doing it. Then you find out if they're lymphatic, biliary, or hematogenic. This one you will just do one of those because you can't be all three, either lymphatic, biliary, or hematogenic. The next subtype, by structure, you can have more than one. So you could have like a neurogenic, anxiety-tetanic, or a connective tissue type, polyglandular. Of course, you will not have neurogenic and connective tissue because they're opposites, but you can have more than one. You can actually have three. You could have neurogenic, polyglandular, anxiety-tetanic, if it all applied. If there is none that applies, let's say they are someone with a moderate resilience, and they didn't have lacuna or cramp rings, stress rings, or what they call contraction furrows, then you didn't have to mark any of these. The next group, subtype by color, you can have many. If you have acid, you can put it mild, moderate, or significant. If there is no acid, then you could just put not applicable. That's what the NA stands for. Is it febrile? Which one it is. Hydrogenoid. If there is 3 hydrogenoid, I usually suggest mild. If there's 8 or whatever, I would do moderate. If there's a lot, then I would do significant. Uric acid diathesis is here, and you'll find it's going to be, you could also put it under pigmentation. Scurfrim, whether or not it is moderate, mild, or significant, and ferrum chromatose. So you can have 2 significants, you could have 2 milds, you could have a mild, a moderate, and a significant, whatever is applicable. I was working with somebody, and they thought that you could only have 1 significant, 1 moderate, and 1 mild. That's not at all. Whatever is applicable. Lipemic diathesis, which is what used to be called the cholesterol sodium ring, that's called lipemic diathesis, is a cornea sign. So you can mark what is applicable. Under location, is it like just in the head area or whatever? That's what you can put location. Then the physical resilience. That would be for the lymphatic and the biliary eye. Of course, hematogenic eye, you cannot tell the resilience. There is resilient, moderate, and mild. Typically, we teach resilient, average, moderate, and mild. So you might have a little leadway. I've had some people even put average, moderate if they want to make sure that They're not sure which way it goes. The pigmentation, that would be the orange, the yellow, the brown, and you would write locations in the right eye. Some people are writing 3 o'clock, but it might be okay to make a little notation. 3 o'clock, let's say it's in this eye, 3 o'clock near the heart area. Could be affecting the heart. Cetroheterochromia, and if there's nothing here at all, then you check the no pigmentation. You do that both for the right eye and for the left eye. For the collarette, the same thing. The placement, is it close to the pupil or is it too far away from the pupil? The quality, is it normal? Is it thin and wispy, thick and ropey, absent or obscure? The shape, if it's basically cylindrical, then you could just put normal. If it's jagged, you could put star-shaped jagged, if it's square or whatever. Comb teeth, gray inner border. Crypts, the crypts are typically tear-shaped or rhombus shape, like almost like a diamond, for lack of a better word. If you have just like little lines, that would not be considered a crypt. Stomach ring, whether it's lighter or darker. Radial furrows, angle of Futch, square collarette, and contraction furrows. Someone asked if the contraction furrows meant inside of the nutritive zone. And no, it does not have to be inside nutritive zone. Most contraction furrows are outside of the nutritive zone. The irisines, you can put the zone in or like at 1:30, 2:30, whatever the place is, but it might be best to put also the shape. So like a cigar shape at 2 o'clock or shoe lacuna, which indicates kidneys and where it's located. The pupil size is normal. Mydriasis, which means it's large. Meiosis, which means it's small. Or if there's one of each. Pupil flattening, where it's at is, and again, be specific, don't just say lumbar. Say medial lumbar or temporal lumbar. And if there's no flattenings at all or ellipsis, then click none. Sclera signs, pretty much the same thing. I would put pigment and then the pigment colors. If there's pinguiculas, if there's pterygiums, and let's say there is an indicator line that is tortuous or meandering, or a fork, trauma fork, things like that. And that's all that you need to fill out for both the left and the right eye. Taking pictures of the eyes. I have on my IIPA certificationready.com website how to do that. If you have questions, you can email me at marysherbs1@gmail.com and I can send you the link on how to take the pictures of the eye. But how you record the eye, I think, is also important. And I'm going to show an example. I make a list of everybody's eye. I make a folder for every single person. What I used to do is just have Lisa 2, Lisa 3, Lisa 4, Lisa 5 for the various ways, pictures that I took. But I have come up with something that is a little bit better than that. So now I will have Lisa, the date, and if it's her left eye or right eye, and if she's looking down, towards the ear, towards the nose, or up. When I take the pictures of the eye, I have one that's going forward. Then I have another one looking down, and you want to get a big part of this sclera. This is not the best picture. People tend to put their eye either towards their nose or towards their ear when they're looking down, and they tilt their head a little bit. To prevent this, I usually tap right where I want them to look. So I might tap their lower cheek or tap their forehead where I want them to look up towards. When you take the picture, make sure that you get clean into this muscle. I've had people that send me pictures here, and you would not, for instance, see a red wash, or there'd be a pinguecula here. So you're going to get clean to the muscle. Same with this eye. As close to the muscle as you can. I should have gone about this much, about a quarter of an inch further. In between times, you probably will have to focus. You want these lines to be as crisp and clear as you can. Even the really fine lines. You don't need to worry about finding what the significance of these fine lines, but you know if you can see them, then you're getting all the lines. Now this is a good example. This person has a meandering line, but look, there's some healing that is happening here. If I only got this part of the eye, I would never notice that healing. Then I take the opposite eye, the right eye. Take it straight on. Try to make sure it's clear so that whenever you blow it up, you can see the fibers. This is barely good enough. Anything less than this, you're not going to be able to do justice for the person. It is hard. Even I myself, after doing it for a while, I should have gotten this part here. And I did not. So remember, go as far over to the muscle as you can. Have them looking straight up. Pull the eyelid down. That one wasn't good enough, so I took a second one. So I got clean down into the muscle. You can either send the pictures by email. A lot of people do that. It's not the most efficient way. Some people send them to me by thumb drives, and that is good too. I will not be returning the thumb drives just because life is crazy. So you can do it whichever way you want. You can email it to me or thumb drive it. You can email me the forms, or you can put them in a PDF, whichever works best for you. Then you contact me, and we will figure times that we can go over them together. Only you and I will see these. They do not go to IIPA. So you can, if someone has a hard time not wanting a lot of people to see their eyes, I'm not sure why they'd want to, but you never know. Just realize that you and I alone will see it. Whenever you have 10 eyes that you've done, and let's say you didn't do so well on the first 2 eyes, then you can send 2 more. We'll go over 2 that I have. But I want you to be really comfortable with 10 sets of eyes that you have showed proficiency enough that you're going to be able to do the case study that they give you during the test. After you do this, because we're doing these together, I will send you 1 more case study. And you can, on that case study, I would like for you to do the same thing, the same form. And at the end, I would like for you to write up a little bit of what you would suggest. Like, this person has quite a bit of acid, so I would put them on a pH diet, just to get a little bit of idea, because they asked for some of that on the case study during the test. I am here for you to learn this. I am here for you to make, I'm hoping everyone gets 100%. but definitely pass, which is an 80%. I will go over these as many times as you need me to until you feel comfortable enough to take the test. You've paid for the class. You have spent all that time. This is the last step that you have to take, and then you can be certified.